Hello everyone and welcome to the Chrissy B Show. Now we have a lovely program today for you because we've got lots in store to share. Now I'm going to be showing you my latest challenge. We also have our fitness tip from Jane and Ilya. We have a success story and we also have the lovely Gregoire sisters with makeup and fashion tips. And of course we have the wonderful duo Helena and Ian with the news.
Chrissy.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well, how are you both?
We're so well.
Enjoying the weather?
Well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Enjoying the
It's
Have you been
gorgeous
out
as well.
today? Have you been like sunning yourselves?
Not sunning myself, I'm not sure about you,
No,
but racing around,
I have.
enjoying
Have
a few
you?
rays now and then.
Oh.
I've been
Flitting from place to
sat in
place.
Green Park today, the Royal Park.
Have you really?
In a deck chair.
Which one?
Green Park.
Oh, Green Park. We said wrong. Oh, you did say
And
wrong.
having meetings.
How come we don't have our meetings in parks?
No, there's something that's not quite fair. Right
do
there.
this. We can do this.
We'll take them
You've
to the
only got to
park.
ask.
That's the. I love parks. I just love being in parks.
Absolutely.
Trees,
Yes.
nature, beautiful, I love it too. So Kate Middleton,
Yes.
the lovely Kate Middleton, her first outing, her first, what do you call it? Her first...
Launch.
No, not launch.
Well, it
not
is a launch.
Yeah, I suppose it is a launch. She was seen in a beautiful Jaeger dress, which was black and white Jaeger dress, and her usual Alexander McQueen shoes, and
When you say her usual Alexander McQueen, she's worn them before.
they're the black ones. They're just
Okay.
suede,
Okay.
beautiful. She has that because she recycles with her clothes, which is
Yeah.
great.
That's
So,
nice.
but she wore that to an engagement in Greenwich at the National Maritime Museum, and it's to do with the American Cup, which is, I didn't know too much about it, but it's a sailing cup. It's American, isn't it?
It's an amazing thing to actually do because Ben Ainsley last year actually piloted the winning entry, which was sponsored by a millionaire, and it cost the millionaire $85 million to actually produce this award-winning yacht for the America's Cup
Is he
last year.
still a millionaire?
That's how they do it.
Bet he was.
And they're trying to raise virtually the same in UK this year to actually have a boat that will beat the America's
Yeah.
Cup. So there's this tremendous rivalry.
So it's to do with the British, isn't it a British team they're trying to get together for
there's
2017?
a British team now, so there's this tremendous competition between them both. And the Americans now really fear Ben Ainsley because Ainsley was really the person who actually created, this boat itself, the award-winning boat. Is it a boat or is it a yacht? I'm never quite sure.
I'm not sure, but all I know is it's the oldest trophy sport.
Okay.
So it's something special. But interesting about her dress, the Jaeger
Back to-
dress.
back to
the dress.
back to what's most important.
Back to the real world.
No, but I mean, within seconds of her wearing the dress, it's sold out.
Oh wow! You see.
Literally, everyone just buys it up in minutes.
It happens to me. Every time I come on here, within hours.
One buys your socks.
Yeah.
What socks do you have on today?
I've got my sort of.
Union Jacks.
Yes, my Union.
How many pairs of those do you have?
Dozens. Everyone thinks I'm wearing the same pair all the time. No, I've got a sock full of Union Jack socks. It's something I collect,
You do. What about your Union Jack tie?
My Union Jack
And your
tie.
cufflinks.
No, I have those on tonight. So I'm sort of Union Jacked tonight.
Yes.
And Dolly Parton, bless her heart, is just about to appear in Britain.
Really?
Parts of her appear before other parts, the old joke.
She's on her Blue Smoke World Tour, so she's here. Yeah. just
How old is
travelling
she
around.
now?
She's, do you know, that's a very good question. She's in her 50s. I think she's even into her 60s.
that
No,
all?
I think she's
Dolly
slightly
Parton. I
older.
think she's
slightly
older.
older. She's
No.
amazing though. She's incredibly funny.
Yeah,
really funny, really good singer, really witty. She's like a stand-up comedian.
Yeah,
I think that's why she
she's-
does so well in her shows. She's cracking
She
jokes.
seems like a lovely person as well,
Yeah,
doesn't
she
she?
laughs at herself, which is always good.
Yeah.
But I don't think they recognise as well what a good songwriter she is, because she's written so many good songs, and especially she used to sort of work with the Bee Gees. And she produced a lot of very, very good songs, that they co-wrote together. So she's a very clever lady. And obviously, there's Dolly World, isn't there, in America?
Is there?
Which is or Dollywood.
Dollywood.
Dollywood
Okay.
in America
Dollywood,
as
yeah.
well. Down in one of the southern states in America, and it absolutely thrives. People come from all over the world, and she goes, and not only when she's not performing there, she goes there just to meet the people. And so she's very, very good. She's very hands-on. you know, with all
she does seem
she's got
she's a people person,
base.
isn't
Yeah,
she?
she
is.
Always friendly.
She won't be wearing her wellies at Glastonbury. She will wear her high heels at all times.
Okay.
Even though she's been told it's going to be muddy at Glastonbury when she appears.
I'm sure she'll have bouncers and everything around her. They'll carry her, won't they?
Get the carrier on.
Oh.
I just think there'll be a lot of volunteers for that one.
Possibly.
Kylie Minogue, lovely
Yeah.
Kylie Minogue, who we see all the time on all our shows and everything. She's been talking about babies and having children. Because she had cancer in 2005, which put her plans out. But now I think she's trying for a child. But she is 46, I think.
Is she really?
Yeah. I mean, she looks amazing, doesn't she?
46?
Yeah.
I thought she was around 40.
I think she's 46.
No.
What, so she's trying...
I know. So it's a shame because she got
Not that
cancer
it's not impossible,
2005.
but she might have to adopt.
Yeah, she can't she?
And she's caused a bit of a row in Australia
Oh no.
at the moment as well, Kylie, because she's and so is Will.i.am as well.
Instigated by Will.i.am. I think he was the naughty one.
Yes, because they both left The Voice in London. And they've both gone to Australia to do the Australian version.
But it's
of
more
The
to do
Voice.
with the fact that they say that the Australian singers are far better than the British singers,
they say
which
that.
is a bit.
That was a little bit naughty. Yeah.
And also, you should keep your options open because I'm sure they'll be asked back, won't they?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, we always say nice things and hope we're asked back.
Oh. So, Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. Oh.
Tell us
Still
about
a naughty boy, but he's trying to redeem himself.
Well,
we've had lots of things with him stealing phones and causing mayhem.
Why would he steal phones?
He said that a woman tried to film him, and he was justifying it with the fact that he didn't want her to do it and stole the phone. So that's one of the things. But he's been getting himself in trouble, throwing eggs and just being very rude and doing terribly rude videos.
He's just got off a court case because the woman charged him with malicious damage because she was trying to take a photograph of him. He got his minders to take the phone away and he smashed the phone. But
it doesn't
now,
really make sense, does it? Because if you are in the limelight, you have to expect people to take photos of you.
I think it's, but now there seems to be a change of heart, you know, and there's a lot of talk of, is he really doing it for the PR or is he doing it in real life? Because he's now found religion, and he was christened the other day. But he can't be christened in a normal way. He got a pastor in America to baptise him, but he did it in a friend's bath, of all things. It was in a friend's bath in an apartment, and I'm sure that's still perfectly okay. But there seems to be two sides to him, and they're trying to bring out the more normality side of it now as well.
He's been recently. So there's been videos of him at his dad's party. His dad's 40. I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? He's quite young.
Young, he's young.
And sort of.
I think the
children.
poor boy's just a bit confused because imagine all that attention when you're so young. It's very hard to handle all that success.
And there's quite a few sort of British, sort of similarities where you can see some of these young singers. And YouTube, we've just been analysing YouTube at the moment and the effects of YouTube and how it really can affect someone's life, especially in America. YouTube in America is absolutely massive now, if you can become an overnight success and you can make an absolute fortune.
Yeah.
We were looking at analysing YouTube at the moment, and there's a young lady in America, very attractive young girl, and she teaches dogs, or she teaches canine skills on YouTube. And every video that she does, she gets $66,000 for.
Wow.
And it's starting to, and I think it's bleeding into, the record world as well. And a lot of these sort of young performers now, they're going onto YouTube, they're getting overnight success. And I think that's how he first started, wasn't it, Justin Bieber? Because I think he did, if I remember rightly, he did he sang a song in his bedroom that just absolutely, went global.
Is that how it started?
I think that's how he first started, and I think he was sort of picked up with management from there. So.
But I think, he's trying to redeem himself. He realises he's taken it too far and he'll lose what he's got.
Yeah.
And I know Russell Brand, who's had a bit of a wayward past, was saying, everyone's got to forgive him. He's only young. He's going to learn by his mistakes. And Ozzy Osbourne.
But I just hope that he's going to be okay, because.
It is, because I mean, you look at sort of some of the sort of the young artists who are child stars.
Yeah.
And they've made so much money. And now, there's very few of them who seem to have sort of, have trodden.
Stayed grounded.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to a break right now, but you're going to come back and be with us on the last part of the show, aren't you? Because you've got a few more articles to share with us.
Absolutely.
We have.
Okay, but we're going to look forward to the next section, because we've got the beautiful Gregoire sisters coming on with fashion and makeup tips, so don't go away.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Hello and welcome back, everyone, and now I'm here with Megan's Makeup and Cynthia Styling. Hello, ladies.
Hello, Chrissy.
How are you?
Very well, thanks.
Thanks for having us back.
Okay, well, they're regulars now, so they have to come back. All right, so we're going to start off with the makeup tips first, because we did have a question last week from a viewer that we didn't get a chance to answer.
We ran out of time.
Yeah.
Rafaela had asked how she can remove her makeup without actually irritating the under eye area. So if you are wearing, let's say, waterproof mascara or thick concealer that does need a little bit of rubbing, don't rub it. It irritates the skin. And, she even mentioned the word damage, which is true. You want to be delicate. This under eye area is very sensitive. You can tell it's a different kind of skin. That's basically, an area on the face where you want to take special care. So what you want to do is, if you have some makeup that is waterproof or a bit, you've applied many layers, take it off in layers. You put it on layers. Don't expect it just to come off.
Which we do, don't we? We can.
You do, and then you just you want to go to bed and thank God that you're actually washing your face, because some people just don't, because it takes too long to take it off. But putting it on, take it off in layers. These are just simple discs. You can, if it's extra, thick or waterproof, just put some makeup remover on there without, if you're prone to irritation, without fragrances, without all the extras, you can get, oil free. But even if you, like natural, you can use baby oil, you can use a baby wipe. Baby wipes have those ingredients to not cause a diaper rash. You can use those to remove makeup. So, just a normal makeup wipe, but the tip is that you actually saturate and so just give a little hold, press, and, let it sit there. Count, maybe, to 5. Be patient. And what you're doing is you're actually setting in that makeup remover or that oil. It's breaking up that makeup that's on your face to have it nicely swept away.
Okay.
And there you go. So, basically, if you are prone to irritation, the product that you do use, look for one that doesn't have all the extras.
Okay. And these actual wipes, are they good for removing makeup? Is it better to use it? No.
I would recommend a proper cleanser and a toner.
Right.
These are basically, if you're choosing to sleep in your makeup, which I do not recommend, that you at least to unclog your pores, use a simple makeup wipe, but it's definitely not a recommendation for ongoing makeup.
Just one more question as well.
Yeah.
How about face wash? Because sometimes I just use a face wash. Can't say it.
Face wash.
Face wash.
Yeah, that's fine.
On my skin.
But if it is one that tends to be drying, be careful, because you could be using the wrong one. So if it's drying, put a moisturizer on after, because some people find it tight. Yeah. Right. They want their pores to be, so they get the one that fights, the acne, but maybe that's not the proper face wash for their, So if you feel tight after, then you need one with a little bit more moisture. And if you don't have one with moisture, put that moisturizer on after.
Right. Okie dokie. Yeah. And what's this for? We've got
a little color wheel. Yes. So just quickly, this is just a simple color wheel in an art store. You can find it in an art store. And people are always wondering what colors are complementary. So here I have it on pure green. This is the color of Chrissy's eyes, and everything underneath here, the purples, the oranges, the reds, those are complementary. So even if you're choosing eyeshadow, you can see which eyeshadows that really work for your eye color, just making them pop. And you know, some people look for that direction about which one. And right now we've got a reverse color wheel going on with Chrissy. She looks absolutely gorgeous. And
You made me look absolutely gorgeous.
you look gorgeous.
Stop it.
But we looked at this color wheel and we thought, nah, definitely, it's going to be complementary. Don't be scared. Play around with it. Be creative. And you know, it's amazing what ideas can come, because you don't know, you know, mixing colors, what they're going to do. This color wheel will tell you all you need to know.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you so much for that. That's really good advice. Cynthia, over to you now, my darling.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, today I wanted to start off today's segment by telling you about this new technology that I saw at this fashion tech startup that I was at last week. It's actually an online it measures you, it takes your measurements just through your webcam, if you could imagine.
Wow.
So yeah, there's a couple of these out there, and basically you just stand in front of like a blank white wall, and it scans your whole body.
Oh, that's so handy.
That is
Isn't it?
amazing.
Yeah.
And then you take, basically it takes your measurements, you stand on the side, it does it again, and basically that stores your measurements in a database, and it will tell you what size you are at any brand.
Brilliant. Gosh,
Right.
it's so handy.
It is, so it's kind of neat to check that out.
Wow.
I think it would be really handy for online shopping and
Yeah,
just in general to know. It's very detailed as well. So today we're going to talk about skirts. And just because it's summertime and we're getting ready to wear skirts season, so I just wanted to talk about some of the essentials for your closet. And we'll start here with the first essential that I have to talk about is the pencil skirt. So here we have a classic black, and I also have a dark neutral. So these are staples that you can wear in your wardrobe all year round, and there's just so much you can do with these. Play them up, play them down. You can even wear sneakers, you could wear heels with these, anything will go.
Sneakers with a pencil skirt?
You
really?
could. You
I
could.
love
If you did
that.
it with a
Really?
t-shirt, yeah.
Especially if you're taking
I love
classes.
that skirt.
This one here is this season's Vivienne Westwood. So this one would be really great if you
Wonder if
want
I
to
could squeeze into
accentuate
that.
your hips. For people who actually want to accentuate their hips, the geometric
Is
print
that
is really
tribal,
good
or
for
what
that.
kind of pattern is that? Cynthia?
Just geometric. And you pair any pencil skirt usually you can put with any like white shirt. Doesn't matter, long sleeve, short sleeve. We have another essential for the wardrobe. This is more for
nice.
autumn, winter, but this one is done by Burberry, and we have a tartan skirt as
What kind of shoe
essential.
would you wear with that?
This one
Or
I
boots,
usually
maybe?
put with a bit of a Mary Jane heel, and I try to keep it to this green or this beige.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but what else do I have here? Other skirts that you're sort of seeing on trend right now is you have this one here that's made of this nice jersey fabric, and the thing
Looks
with
like a
these,
t-shirt rather than
it does actually, top or bottom. If you're going to wear a skirt like this that's quite slimming on the bottom, you probably want to pair it with a larger top.
Okay, yeah.
So you get that nice silhouette. And again, you can do it with whatever kind of footwear you want. So it's really up to you, boots, heels, that kind of thing.
I think we need to do a whole segment on boots one day, but obviously when
Sure.
the weather changes.
Just going to talk about some of the trends that we're seeing on the high street now too. This one here, you're going to see a lot of asymmetrical skirts.
Wow.
So you can see the cut on this one is quite different. You have like a basic black silhouette on the back, yet it's cut quite short in the front. This is also a Vivienne Westwood this season, but there's many different things you can do with this type of this cut. So watch for that. You're going to see a lot of asymmetrical cuts.
Okay.
Make sure you put it on the right way.
Maybe it can be worn both ways. Yeah.
The other thing that I was seeing a lot more of, and I think it's quite early still in its trend phase, is taking skirts and layering them. So taking something like this long skirt, which I bought, I think it's beautiful. I just don't know
lovely.
where I would wear it yet, but it's one of those purchases. And taking another skirt and actually putting it over top. And it
Can't imagine that.
I
but
can't really either, but you know when a trend starts and at first you can't picture it, but then
yeah.
as it, I don't know if, maybe not that one, but
The black. It just
the black might work too, to just give it some different layers
that.
kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
thing. So watch for that as well. We're so used to layering tops and sweaters and jumpers, And that's kind of coming out that we're going to be layering the bottoms as well.
Okay.
Wow.
Right, so that's pretty
I'll
much-
wait for us to see other people in it first before I start doing that.
I think I will too, just to see how it works a bit. Another essential that you could have in your wardrobe is a denim skirt. So I just want to talk really quickly about if you're trying to accentuate your curves, so you're quite slim and you want some shape, go for like a bubble skirt, something like I have here as well. If you're wanting to sort of downplay your curves, then you want to go for something like a basic black. And pencil skirts are great for this because they just elongate and make you look a lot taller. Okay. Right. Trendy skirts, you would have something like what I've put you in today, Megan, this loud print here with the ruffle detail, and also paired it with the ruffly shirt as well. If you want to make your legs look longer, you can do the same color pattern from the bottom down. So black skirt, black tights. Tights are also great to make a short skirt not look so short. And black shoes.
I was a bit scared of the skirts that go up here. Does this do anything having the waistband go up, or?
Well, some people prefer like a high waistband just for the way that it looks, but it's like anything. You just play around with it, and if you like the way it looks on your body, wear it.
Yeah, I think she looks lovely.
So,
darlings, thank you so much. That was fabulous as usual. Thank you very much. And you'll be with us again next week, won't you?
Yes,
for some more fabulous advice for us. Okay, so do stay tuned, because after the break, I'll be showing you my latest challenge.
Ooh.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back. Now, without further ado, let's go to the fitness tip with Jane and Aaliyah.
Hi everyone, welcome to your fitness tips. I'm Jane and I'm with Aaliyah today. Hi Aaliyah.
Hi there.
We're going to show you a workout for your upper body, because summer's coming and we're all going to get our arms out very soon. And what we're going to do is show you a few very basic exercises and show you how you can make them easier and how you can make them more difficult. Okay, so I'm going to hand over to Aaliyah to show you press-ups. I'm going to do the easier version. Aaliyah's going to do the harder version for this.
Cool. So guys, press-ups is a great exercise to sculpt the shoulders, the back of the arms, the chest, and it can be done in the gym, at home, anywhere. So I'm going to take you through the press-up and how to perform the press-up correctly. So we're going to take the hands slightly wider than the shoulders. Jane's going to be doing the slightly easier version on the knees, and I'm going to be coming onto the toes. So we're going to be taking it just slightly wider than the shoulders, engaging the abs, so pulling the abdominals in, drawing in, keeping the chin tucked in, performing the press-up, coming down and pushing straight up. And again, coming down and pushing straight up. So inhale on the way down, get the oxygen in, and then exhale on the effort. So as you can see, we're keeping the chin tucked in, keeping the abdominals engaged throughout, and getting those shoulders and back of the arms sculpted for the summer.
Fabulous. So that's your press up. I'm going to show you now a plank and a side plank. This is one of the best things you can do to improve your core strength and the strength in your shoulders. I'm going to do the hard version this time. Aaliyah's going to show you the easier version. So with a plank, you want to have your hands shoulder width or perhaps a tiny bit wider, but your shoulders are drawn away from your ears, and your hips are in between your feet and your shoulders. And you can see Aaliyah's just dropped his knees to the floor, and that makes quite a bit of difference. It makes it easier. Now with a plank, you just hold it. And you know, you can sit and watch TV, listen to the radio like this. The longer you hold it, the better really. I'm also going to show you a side plank. So you turn to one side and lift the other arm in the air. Now again, to make it easier, you can see Aaliyah's got one knee on the floor. And again, you hold for as long as you want to. Try not to collapse here, guys. You've got to keep yourself elevated and lifted. Excellent. And obviously you would do that on both sides, okay? So that's your plank and your side plank, and I'm going to hand over to Aaliyah for tricep press-ups.
Okay guys, so tricep press-ups is a little bit more emphasis on the back of the arms, a little bit tougher, but again there is 2 options to this as well. So Jane once again is going to be, I'm going to be performing.
You do the hard one?
I'm doing the harder one, Jane's going to be doing the slightly easier version.
Do the easy one.
So hands tucked in a little bit closer this time, so they're in line with the shoulders, and this time you want to bring the elbows beside the body as you come down, keeping the chin tucked in, keeping the abdominals engaged throughout, and keeping those elbows in. Now these are really good to really work the back of the arms a little bit tougher. So inhale, and then we exhale and a big push up. One more time, inhale, and exhale up. Great exercise for the back of the arms then, Jane.
Excellent, it's really good, that one. So enjoy that, guys, do it every day, and you'll see a difference in your arms in time for summer. See you next time.
See you soon.
Thank you, Jane and Elia. Now, do you remember Mr. Zip from Britain's Got Talent? Where's my keys? Where's my phone? Let's take a look at what he's been up to.
Unfortunately, this morning I misplaced my keys and my phone, and I'm not very happy about it. But apparently a guy called Mr. Zip is a very good person to help in situations just like these. Now, a little birdie told me he was going to be performing at a talent show at a school in North London, so here I am to go and find him.
Have you ever been in that situation where you lost your keys and your mobile phone? Have you ever been in that situation, lost your keys and your mobile phone?
So here I am with a chair and advice for the PTA to talk about children and what they're focused on at the moment and about their fundraising. So what are you guys actually fundraising for today?
Well, yearly we kind of have a target, and this year's target is 30,000, and that's to supply the school with interactive smart boards. Every classroom's going to have them, and they're costing between £3,000 and £5,000 each, depending on how much work needs to be done in the classroom.
Well, today is a fundraiser, but it's more concentrating on the children, and it's a talent show for the children, so it's more for the fun of the children and to remind the children that there is fun from the PTA as well. So it's raising money by selling drinks and snacks, but the main issue is for the children to enjoy it.
So do you think this is something that the children are really excited about?
Mr. Zip is a children's entertainer first and foremost, so when I've seen him on stage with the kids, and he's amazing, and all the kids just enjoy his atmosphere, so we're hoping that he's going to bring that today and everyone's going to really enjoy it.
They all knew who he was,
yeah.
So they went wild when they found out who was coming.
Hello, boys and girls. Hazelwood has got talent. Make some noise.
So here I am with Mr. Zip. Now I've got a quick question for you. I need your help with something. This morning I lost my keys and my phone, and I don't know where they are, and somebody told me that you might be able to help me.
I sympathise. Anybody who loses the keys and phone, it should be on the National Health Service right now. It's not a nice thing at all. So I grieve. My heart goes out. You what? Come on, what time is it, Mr. Zip? What time? How I written this song, I was repeating it all the time. Where's my keys? Where's my phone? Where's my keys? I didn't actually go out and say I'm going to write a song. Yeah, my keys and phone.
Sort of caught on, and then you kept on developing it.
Kept on repeating the same thing, because I remember I'm for an appointment, late for an appointment, I'm saying to myself, where's my keys? Where's my phone?
Yeah.
And then it turned
into a song.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so now on to this event that we've got today. We've got a talent show. Do you like to sort of get involved and help the kids, the young people today?
Definitely. When it comes for the help, remember I'm national curriculum writer as well. Stranger danger, anti-bullying, road safety, that sort of thing. Them are the songs what I do right all the time. So yes, it's a message for Mr. Zip songs. There's a message in my songs all the time.
Okay, well I'm looking forward to seeing you perform now for the kids at this school. So good luck, and I'll be out there watching you.
Over there! Yeah, what time is it? What time is it? One more time, what time is it?
Okay, so can you introduce yourself please to the camera?
Name's Bond, James Bond. Toju, T-O-J-U.
Okay, and you've got something quite exciting coming up. You're going to be on Britain's Got Talent very shortly. You're going to be auditioning. How are you feeling about that?
I get to be a princess for a day, so it's always awesome. What I'm really going to be doing is I'm going to be doing stand-up, I'm going to be doing impressions, and I'm going to be fabulous. They get like loads of comedians, but they're usually of the Butlings type. kind of more
commercial and generic.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of more heavy metal. I'm more AC/DC, Black Sabbath.
Say music artists, for example, they might be a bit like, oh, Britain's Got Talent or X Factor. All these shows are reality talent shows, aren't really for me. But what's your take on them in general?
I think if you do something and it doesn't compromise your integrity, you should do it. So, yeah, I intend to come across well.
Thanks a lot for talking to me today.
Sure.
So the talent show looks like it's going really well. I had some great chats and I found Mr. Zip. And I've also found my mobile phone.
So told you there we actually recorded this video before Britain's Got Talent, and as you all know, he did really, really well, so well done. Okay, so I'm going to answer a question now from a viewer, and she says, "Hi Chrissy, I am a 40-year-old woman with a child, very responsible. I have a good job and I've just sold my flat because I'm looking to buy my first house. I have moved back in with my mum for the time being, which is a great help for me at this time. The problem is my mum works in the bank that I have an account with, and she keeps questioning what I spend my money on. I have very few treats and my house is my priority. I don't go out often. How do I stop her from looking into my account anytime she wants to?" Well, I would say you are 14, you really shouldn't have to be answering to your mum about your finances. And anyhow, it's private, so, you know, she shouldn't actually be looking and seeing what you're doing with your account in the first place. So what I would do first of all, if I were in your shoes, I would have a chat with my mum and say, "Look, mum, you know, I'm 40 years old. You don't need to be checking on my finances. It's private." And I remember actually a time when my own, I can't remember if it was my mum or my mother-in-law started sort of questioning things about my finances, and I said, "Look, that's between me and my husband." And I had to sort of set a barrier, because I think there's some things that are private between a couple that parents shouldn't get involved in. So I set already the boundaries, and they respect that now. So I think you need to do that with your mum. And if, for example, it does carry on, I think the most obvious thing you can do is just to switch bank accounts, just to avoid any issues, any problems in the future. So I hope that's helped. And if you have a question too, you can email me on chris@chrissybshow.tv. We're going to go to a break now, and then afterwards we're going to be back with Ian and Helena with the news.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back. Sorry, these two are chatting away as usual. Okay, so we're going to get back to Ian and Helena shortly, but let's take a look at my latest challenge. Today I'm down at iPilot in Westfield Shopping Centre, and I'm going to be having a go at flying a plane. Now this is something I haven't done before, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'll be getting some training first of all, and then I'll give it a go. I'm here with Tony, who's my instructor for the day, and he's going to be telling us what we'll be doing exactly. Tony, over to you.
Okay, hi there. Basically what we're going to start off by doing today is getting the aircraft put into a takeoff and a climb out of Heathrow Airport here. We're loaded onto the runway. We'll climb up to an approximate altitude of 4,000 feet, get ourselves up in a steady climb, level off, do a couple of turns at altitude, medium level turns, just for practice, and then we'll move on to an approach and landing.
All right, Tony, I can't wait to get started. Here we go. Okay.
Let's get started. And what we're going to do with the brief is I'm just going to explain to you the basic controls to start off with. So much akin to a light aircraft's cockpit, what you've got is a yoke, a device called the yoke, this system here, used to steer the aircraft in the air and on the ground. Now, as we go down the runway, you'll hear me call V1 rotate, okay, and that is the signal to essentially pull back on the controls to get us airborne.
Okay.
And off we go. Okay, V1 rotates, V2. So pull back on the yoke, that device there, yeah. And just get us up to, essentially to the middle of your cross there. So go nose down quite a bit, just hold us steady. That's it, nose down a little bit more. Okay, so in your own time, if you'd like to make a right-hand turn, Turn to the right, yeah. That's it at the top. Okay, so you're approaching 30. Be ready to bring the yoke back to the centre. So about there. Okay, so I'm going to pause there. And we'll switch to our landing now. Okay, so into the Maldives. Let's go to the sunshine. Just look outside. Steer slightly to the right, just to get us right down the length of the runway. Good, not too much. Wings level.
20, 10.
Brilliant. And just steer with your yoke. Well done. Very good.
Well, that was a smooth landing, wasn't it?
Very smooth indeed.
So we have arrived in Mali in the Maldives, so now we'll be getting another small seaplane, won't we?
Yes, yep.
On our way to Dunikolu Island. Right, so I finished my flying experience and I sort of landed kind of well. Although you gave me quite a bit of help there, didn't you, Tony?
I mean, it's all about a two-man cockpit, really. So what you find is the crew help each other out on an even basis. You find that one captain, or one pilot, should I say, flies the aircraft, whilst the other pilot monitors. From my early teens, I got basically into the Air Cadets, so a youth organisation which involves gliding, flying, other activities as well, based around the military. But all of the instructors are fully trained to an ATPL standard, so they've got an air transport pilot's licence, which is internationally recognised. The guys who work here, they're all at the stage where they're looking for jobs with the airlines. They've just completed their main body of training and are moving on to a job with the airlines.
Thank you so much, Tony. So we need to go back to London now, don't we? Or shall we spend a bit more time in the Maldives first?
I think I ought to work on my tan in the Maldives, I think, before we fly back to London.
All right, so we're going to fly back to London quite soon, so we'll see you back there. See you. Thank you to Tony and everyone on iPilot. So now we're back with Ian and Helena.
Hello again.
Hello.
We're iPilot, so I'm iPilot.
No more tea.
No more
tea afterwards, after our slot.
There's a very quick one before we start tonight, and I want to slide this one out because if we can get it on the show, it would be fabulous.
No. Should I be worried?
Oh, you should be worried. It's not the
Quick,
horse.
what is
We've
it?
talked about
Come
the
on.
horse, it's not the horse. But there's a new picture taken from a photograph of William and George at the moment, and it's been made into chocolate.
Oh,
you know I hate chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
You know I have this fear of chocolate, don't I? Really. But Toblerone have actually produced this 12-foot high, 8-foot long. And it took over 2,000 pieces of Toblerone. Oh, perhaps I should not allowed to say that, but chocolate.
Yeah, that's all right.
What was it made for? Am I being silly? What was the occasion?
It was because obviously it's Father's Day.
Father's Day.
You know,
yes.
and there's been Father's Day things that have just come up recently. You know, it's just been Father's Day, so it was done for that. But it's obviously coming up very soon to his birthday as well.
Okay.
Amazing.
Did you get to try any? That's the question.
I wish. Could I sort of chip a bit off of the old block?
Right to the manufacturers.
Could you imagine you doing a Banksy?
To try. I love that. I was going to say the chocolate name again. I love that chocolate.
You like chocolate in general?
I like chocolate in general. Yeah.
Back to the script now.
So Michael McIntyre, very, very talented comedian, stand up. He's set to make 12 million in his stand-up performance in 2015.
Wow.
So, which is amazing. There we go. We should all be stand-up comedians.
Ian,
I think it's. Don't give him ideas.
No,
I'm just too shy for that.
Fancy 12 million.
That's the problem. But do you know, it's amazing how much money these people make now. And I remember watching a thing on stand-up comedians recently, and when they first start, obviously it's a very hard road, but the ones who succeed are earning phenomenal sums of money now. And it's such a success story for them, and it's an ongoing thing, and obviously some of them have had tax issues, as well, in the past. So it was, it's...
I just think they're really brave, because actually I was asked to do stand-up comedy for a challenge. And I just refused because I cannot stand in front of total strangers and try and make people laugh.
I think you've got to really want to do it and have that confidence.
The thought of it just, no.
I know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
Sorry, I had to say no.
I think the funny thing about Michael McIntyre, not funny, but he went to Merchant Taylor's School, which is a very good school. And I think he was booted out because they said he'd be absolutely no good for anything. Really? He wouldn't do well in his work. He was obviously misbehaving. So There you go.
Yeah.
Good for him.
It's one of the things, isn't it?
Everyone has a talent somewhere.
Yes.
Everybody has a talent
Tuning
somewhere.
into it, isn't it?
Just have to find what it is.
Paul McCartney, Sir Paul.
Yes.
Sir Paul McCartney at the moment has tremendous problems, I think. He's got this terrible virus that I had, I went to the doctors about a year ago, and I almost lost my voice, you know, and during broadcasting and that type of thing.
Gosh.
It almost went. And I went to the doctors and he said, "Oh, you got the year-long flu."
Oh,
that's what they. That's the only term. That's the only term they had for it, and it was a throat virus that just, you know, you thought you got rid of it, and it came back again.
That's awful, isn't it?
I thought it was going to be
they
something
reckon
worse
Paul
than that.
McCartney's got the same thing because he's had to stop his tour right now. He's hoping to start his tour again in July, August,
Gosh.
but. It's just.
How long did you have? Did you have it for about a year?
It keeps on recurring. That's the problem.
So you're right for a while.
You're right, and you think you've got over it, and then it sort of comes back again.
Gosh, that's awful, isn't it?
Well, for me,
I'm glad you recovered.
Thank you very much.
And hopefully, Sir Paul will recover.
Yeah, he will do, definitely. He'll want to get back on the road.
Manuka honey. Perhaps we should tweet him. Manuka honey is the thing.
Oh, anyway, let's move swiftly on here. Let's stop talking about your year-long flu. Calabro, who's like the great Britain's Got Talent winners.
Yes.
They were fantastic, actually, really good voices. They've launched the Pride of Britain Awards with Holly Willoughby, which is fantastic. So that's going to be in a while. We'll see it on the TV. But I just think the whole idea behind it is fantastic. Obviously. Holly Willoughby says that her award will go to Stephen Sutton, but the one thing that made me laugh was newsreader Mike Austin voted for Bernard Jordan, and Bernard Jordan was, I don't know if you heard about the story, he was the 89-year-old who absconded from his care home to go to France. It was to do with D-Day and everything, and he had his medals in his pocket. And they obviously alerted to the fact that he'd run off, and he'd planned it for a year, or almost a year. And once he'd got there, they had to bring him back. So he actually missed all the celebrations. Why couldn't they just let him stay there and just get someone to look after him?
Well, no, I think he was well looked after. You know,
he was well looked after, but he didn't get to do the things he wanted to do.
He didn't get to all the events, but he became a global hero. He became a global hero.
I know, 89 as well, and he got it all together secretly. Yeah, I think so.
He was a former mayor.
We don't have time.
We don't have time?
No, we've run out of time.
Not even for one more?
Go, 10 seconds.
Okay.
She's really good at
Basically, celebrities are doing selfies instead of signings now. So
I heard about that.
Autographs. Okay. But we want it to continue, and we don't want any silliness, because Brad Pitt was saying that if people do any more pranks, the celebrities won't want to do selfies, and that'd be very sad.
Yes, it would be. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Interesting news.
Really enjoyed it.
And we'll see you again next time on the show.
Have a good one.
Okay, so guys at home, we have reached the end of today's programme, but if you want to get in touch at any point, maybe you have a success story to share, or you'd like to even give a suggestion for a topic to cover, you can email me on chris@chrissybshow.tv, and you can find out more about the show on chrissybshow.tv. And if you haven't liked our Facebook page, it's The Chrissy B Show. See you again next time. Bye-bye for now. Count us in it, Des.
Yeah. No.
No, count us in. Don't just say now. Just do 3, 2, 1. Okay. I wasn't ready.
3, 2, 1.
Bianca. Did you hear that noise? No, I was saying to come up when she says 1. To come up.
What's that noise?
No, do it like. What was that noise? We'll do it like that, yeah? After 3.